All right. Here's a story. I don't know who the speaker was. It could have been that it was Rabbi Zalman Posner. He used to speak a lot. I don't know. Anyway, the story goes like this. He used to go to college campuses. This was even in the 50s, I think, and in the 60s, very early, when it was almost unheard of. He would go to the college campuses and he would speak. He was a very good speaker. And he would explain things. Even there was a book that he had up that was, for a while, it was like the only book that really was clear. It was called Think Jewish. And anyway, so he went to one college campus and he spoke. It was him or another speaker, but let's say it was him. So he spoke at this college campus and he started speaking. There was someone sitting in the front row. Jews came, mostly Jews came. It was a Jewish night. And he was a comedian, a joker. Now, some people have a talent like that. There's some people that have a talent for, spontaneous, how do you say, inspiration for speaking, and to some people for singing, and some people for music, and some people do it for humor. Some people, no matter what you say, they can think of a joke. They can make fun of you. They can make fun of the situation. There's stand-up comedians that some of them are just spontaneous. They're just geniuses. Anyway, this person was like that. And everything he would say, he would start to say something. As soon as people would get a little bit interested, this fellow, he would find some sort of a little edge or crack in what he would say, and he would make a joke. And it was exactly the joke that would appeal to everyone's sense of humor, and people would laugh. And when people would laugh, it would like sort of wreck up the whole thing. He would say it exactly when the rabbi was coming to make a point or getting serious, and he got everybody's attention, and he would break it, and everyone would start laughing. And a couple of people even told him to be quiet, but people started enjoying it. They started enjoying it. He was telling good jokes. People were laughing. And of course, the speaker was not enjoying it so much, but because he was trying to make a point, so he wasn't paying attention to what the jokes were, and he wanted to. So he waited for people to calm down, and one after another, one instance after another, and the poor speaker, he just couldn't finish a sentence, and he couldn't get everybody into the mood of, being interested in what he had to say. And so he tried, and he asked this young man to please be quiet, and other people asked him to be quiet, and he would make a joke out of that also. And then people were rolling and they were laughing. And so the speaker said, or thank you everyone very much for everyone for coming. And I would just like to sing a song, a Chabad song. A song, you can't make a joke out of a song. And so he said, I'll sing the song, and then everyone, you can go about your business. I'm sorry if I took people's time up. And he sang the song. Kol bayavar anachi shameya yida yida yama mama mayana ayama mama mo yo 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 no oh you know yo 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 yo. The words for the song are. I'll say it in English. I don't really know what the English, how it works in English, but the words are like this. A voice in the forest I hear. A father is calling for his lost children. Ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay. Children, children, where have you gone? I am searching for so long. Ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay. Father, Father, we are imprisoned. The evil man has got us locked up. Ay, 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 ay. Something like that. So he's saying the words. I think he even sang it in Yiddish. Anyway, he sang the song, and nice song, and everyone clapped, much. No, he sang it in a very serious way. And they all clapped and they came up to him and they said, "We're sorry, Rabbi, and this, we didn't pay attention." Anyway, they left. And this joker, he sat there and he was sitting in the front row laughing, face covered, shaking with laughter. So he says to the young man, "Okay, I'm finished. You made jokes and, I guess, that's what you do. But you can stop laughing now because I finished. I was speaking, everybody left. And the fellow sitting there is laughing. He's sitting there laughing. And suddenly he hears, oh, he's crying. Guy's sitting there with his face over there. And he says, I'm sorry. And immediately he says, what's going on? What are you crying for? What are you crying about? Maybe I'm the one that should be crying, right? I came here to the whole, you disturbed, you wrecked up my whole speech. And I was saying, if anybody should cry, what are you crying for? And he said, listen, Rabbi, I'm really sorry that I disturbed your speech. I really now feel really bad. Before you sang that song, I really felt good. But the fact is, I never really feel good. That's the fact. He said, when I was a young man, he dries his eyes, he brings up a glass of water. And he said, I want to explain something. He says, when I was a young boy, so my family, they were not so religious, a little bit. My grandfather was religious. I really, really loved my grandfather. And he used to tell me stories, and he used to sing me a song. How I used to love the song. And I used to come to him and say, Grandpa, sing me that song. I used to love the song. Anyway, my grandfather passed away suddenly. And I felt really bad. And afterwards, I loved my grandfather. I said, I'll do things for him. And I tried to remember the song that he sang. And I couldn't remember it. I couldn't remember the song. No matter what I did, I couldn't remember it. In those days, there was no recorders, portable recorders. So I asked my father and mother, they didn't even know what I was talking about. Story, song. So I tried to remember. I couldn't remember the song. So I said to myself, okay, big deal. You can't remember the song. It'll pop into your mind one day. But it didn't pop into my mind. It didn't pop in. And I would keep thinking about it. So maybe like this, maybe I would hear a song on the radio, maybe like that, a couple of notes, and that would, nothing. Anyway, this went on for a while, and it sort of became an obsession by me. And I asked God, I said, God, please send me the song. Send me so I should remember the song, so I can remember my grandfather. And he didn't send me the song. Didn't send me anything, and so I thought to myself, God doesn't answer my song. It's just a simple song. It's a big deal for God. My grandfather told me that God feeds the whole world. He creates the whole world. He does, and he can't send me a little song. And it's a nice song. Well, I'm not asking God I should rob a bank or something like that. I mean, it's a simple thing. Anyway, I started getting really bitter. I got really very bitter. And my bitterness, it sort of conquered me. And I left Torah. I didn't do any commandments. I didn't do nothing wanted to do with the Torah commandments. Nobody understood really what was going on, and nobody really cared. What's the big deal? So nobody does commandments. We have to do commandments. And that's it. But I'm still very bitter. But when I heard your name, I read that the rabbi is going to come. I thought, this is my chance. And God gave me a good sense of humor, at least a good comedian, whatever it is. And so everything you said just popped into my mind, a good joke, everything. I was so bitter. I just wanted you to get out of here and no one should go through the pain that I went through. But when you sang that song, that was the song my grandfather used to sing. That was the song. Suddenly I remembered the whole thing came into my mind, my grandfather, everything. And it just welled up inside of me that I realized that God was answering my prayer. That was the song that I wanted. And from now on, I'm going to do what my grandfather, I'm going to make my grandfather happy. I'm going to be a good Jew, and etc. So it comes to show that sometimes words that come from the heart, even a song, can do more than words that come from the mind. Have a good day with Mashiach now, and God willing, we'll meet tomorrow.
Thank you very much. Thank you.